Are we on, people? Hello, my Crow family. How are we today? Welcome back to Crow Reactions. I know that I've been lucky enough in the last, couple of days getting all these new subscribers, and welcome to the Crow family. I hope you have the best time. I'm loving it. Just making all these connections with all of you from all over the world, like really deep. I can feel your hearts and your spirits through the comments that you leave me, and I did not expect that when I started this channel. I did not think that I would genuinely feel that love and connection with people that I don't even know. So to all of you, it's crazy. It's blowing my mind. It's Sunday here. I mean, I'm a bit scruffy. I'm sweaty. I've just finished training my footy team, taking the girls through boxing training, and then we did skills and stuff because we had a bye today. But we still got on the track and trained. So I haven't even had a shower yet, people. So I'm a bit disgusting, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get these reactions through, done. I know you've been asking for our Brotha REN. I know he dropped a new song for Joe, his brother that passed away. Rest in peace, Joe. And all my love and condolences to his family and to Ren. I know the story about how this all played out in, and the guilt that Ren, I hope, brother, if you're watching this, I hope that you've forgiven yourself, okay, because I hate that Ren possibly goes through life holding that guilt that he didn't get there fast enough for his brother. It has to have been on his mind constantly, or possibly still today. And okay, I don't want to even get emotional before I even start, but let's just get this out. I'm nervous, I've got the shakes a little bit because I know it's going to be emotionally charged, and I'm just hoping that I can keep it together. But this is what you've asked for. I'm here for you, for the Crow fam. I'm here for Ren. I'm here for Ren as well. So anyway, people, no more talking. Let's just, I've got my favourite earphones back from my son. And, all right, this is Ren, our Brotha REN for Joe. Oh, the breathing. Ooh. He's on the piano. Hang on, time out. I know. Oh my goodness, people, this is full on. Look how stunning this looks. Look at the skyline. It's beautiful, and just Ren blows me away. It's so simple. He's just got one of them glass bottles with the lights in that have got the battery you turn on, and it just gives it such a beautiful effect. It's so simple though. Ren's not about the glitz and glamour. He knows what, and true artists are like that. They use music to express themselves. It's the message is what's important to them. It's not all about you know what I mean. He's so real. Okay, listen to him playing this. Can this man do anything wrong? Okay.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying. And holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine, not the way that it worked. I was late like a jerk, there's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck.
Love you, brother. Shit. Wow, this is hauntingly beautiful. This is hauntingly beautiful. He's started this with the ending of the last song that absolutely messed me up. Oh Burn on.
Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckle.
He's about to switch it up again. Oh man, Ren he's magic. The way he puts lyrics together, he's so poetic. But everything that comes out of his mouth, that just came out of his mouth, I can relate to. How are we supposed to raise children in a storm? That's how I feel. You know, like, especially with the work that I do with the young people, my own kids, my own teenage sons, like, I often, as a mum, ask myself that, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to get them through this? How am I going to... Like, my oldest boy, it was so touch and go. But that line that he said where... something along the lines of... some die before they live. That hurt. That reminded me of that reminded me of my little girl. My little girl never got a chance. Sorry, people, that one's just a little bit too much for me to that's not what I was expecting to have surface in this video.
But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, Freckled angels stand strong. Freckled angels live on. Freckled angels climb higher. Freckled angels still inspire. Freckled angels won't forget you. Teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you. Now my wings are missing feather. Otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body. But for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage. And that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Love you, brother. Sorry, people. Ren, he's on his healing journey. He's that was just absolutely beautiful, as heartbreaking as it is to listen to. It's just heartbreakingly beautiful. And again, he amazes me. You know, the vulnerability, the goosebumps, all my body's covered in them. Because to see a man that's been through so much pain put together such a work of art, just such beauty, just transform his pain into that kind of into magic, just beautiful. It's so touching. You know, Ren's it feels as though he's began his healing journey. He's taken us back to the time where he experienced such a traumatic event. You know, in them lyrics, he says 13 years ago, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Ren's in his early 30s. He would have been a young lad, a teenage lad. And if I'm still not mistaken, I'm sure he was suffering from the terrible illness that he still suffers from. But back then, they didn't know what it was. So it was in excruciating pain a lot of the time. So physically, he was beat down. And then he lost his best mate, his best friend, his brother. At that age, you know, I watched my son almost not make it through losing 3 of his mates through COVID. You know, for adults, it's so hard for us to grieve and process loss, even in a safe way, you know, let alone at that tender age. You know, and I just feel like Ren's at the age now where he's able to reflect and process that pain and forgive himself for not getting there on time, because obviously it was absolutely nothing you could do, brother. But you know, I'm sure a million people have told him that over and over again, but inside his heart he would beat himself up. He would. And that kills me to know that he feels that way. It does. You know, he's such a genuine, humble dude. And just to know that he feels that pain it bothers me a lot. It really does. Because he's so unselfish. You know, like he's so gracious with the way he's sharing his healing journey and he's creating this safe space for people like us to process our loss and trauma and grief. There's no way did I think this song was going to make me remember I always remember him, but I didn't think listening to this was going to bring me back to the moment I lost my daughter. And then at the end, he starts talking about freckled angel. And I need to listen to that. Is that a song of his? Because I have heard that that's dedicated to Brother Joe as well. But I love the way he ended this, because he was now, he'd taken us through the loss of his brother. Then the middle section felt like it was him acknowledging how difficult this world is to sort of navigate through, and why people are suffering so much pain. And he's so insightful in regards to the struggles that are faced around the world, and why people may get to this point. This is just what I'm getting from it. And then at the end, he switches it up again, and then it's a more of a upbeat sort of tempo, but still not, but just flows on beautifully. And this is where he's really paying tribute to his brother and keeping his spirit alive, and representing what Brother Joe is to him now, and how he's impacted Ren's life in a positive way. He's made him stronger. He's made him be able to face the world with more courage. He's inspired him. You know, like, I'm just getting goosebumps, because then that part reminded me of my father. And I felt like I couldn't even breathe when I lost him. I didn't feel like he took a part with me. He took a part of my heart when he passed. My daughter took everything, you know. But Ren is showing us that we can live on after tragedy and trauma, and we can rebuild ourselves, and we can still find happiness. And a big part of that is keeping these loved ones that you love, like he said, the ones that are here with you, proudly tell them how much you love them while they're here, while you're here. Proudly do that. And for the ones that aren't, that's when he started to show how he's keeping Joe's spirit alive, you know. And I can relate to that. That's why I started this channel, was because I needed to feel my dad's spirit. And so that's why yous all mean the world to me, because this channel represents so much, not just me, my love for music, but my dad loved music. He, like I've told you before, if you're new, my dad was a musician. He was a voice for the people. That's probably why I love Ren so much too, because he is a voice for the people as well. My dad was a freedom fighter through his lyrics. No, they didn't get played on the radios and all that kind of thing, because just like Ren, mainstream didn't want to know about what my dad's lyrics held. That's why I really feel like Ren, I love him so much, because that's all I saw my dad do growing up. And he did not change a thing about himself just to please others. Never. He always sang what he knew his own people needed to hear as well. His first album, I think his only album that he put out in the 80s, you know, around when I was born, was titled Need for Freedom. And I just love you, Ren, because you make me feel close to my father. Because, you know, I have nothing else to say except that I just adore you, Ren, brother. Us here at the Crow family, we've got you 100. Please, people, get over there and like the original video. That's the reason why I wait a couple of days, because I don't, you know, all the likes and shares and all that, it all needs to go to Ren. You're a gift, brother. You're an absolute gift, and I wish you nothing but love and happiness, and I'm sending all my healing energy your way. Joe would be looking down on you, just so proud, so proud. I mean, I'm bursting with, I'm so proud of you myself, and I've never actually met you. I hope one day he sees this, because Ren does what everyone else is scared to do, and that's just be human and be real and love one another and love people. It shouldn't be something to be scared to do, but for some reason this world's just a bit strange like that. But Ren's encouraging everyone to be like that, and that can only make this place a better place. I love you all so much. Have a blessed week ahead, and make sure you go support our brother. Ah!